Well, it only makes sense for us to extrapolate from this and talk about the Aiden Ross ban that was briefly implemented over this weekend.
That's wild.
It's been a little messy. Got a little messy there for a minute.
Yeah, it was a little messy.
Oh no, my boy AD got a lot of calls.
He got a lot of calls.
He's been getting lots of calls.
And I don't know. I mean, I put out a statement at one point where I basically said, these dudes ain't gonna do nothing, Aiden Ross. You have nothing to worry about. And that was confused a little bit. People kind of took that as me saying that no gangsters in LA are capable of anything. I was talking about one arm guy and 1 foot guy. Let's be real. They were on stream at that moment. I was responding
you cop it, please, down.
I'm just being clear about it that I don't want to be, because even I see
they give me hell.
I see J3 in the comments saying he ain't talking about me. And it's like, okay, he's right. I wasn't talking about it. But the way I put it out there, it kind of seemed like I could have been talking about everybody. So
I don't see how people would discern that. I feel like there's way less ambiguity there than there was about your Bay Area statement.
And even that, like AD was happy to get on the phone with Aiden Ross and kind of squash shit and just make it and get it over with, right? Meanwhile, you saw T-Rel and Smack were like complaining about AD being willing to quickly squash it, which is kind of funny because when I talked to Aiden about it, Aiden was like, I'm gonna be real with you, like AD seems like a good guy. These other dudes seem like fucking bozos. And I was like, honestly, in this situation, AD is trying to smooth shit over just because there is no reason for there to be some fucking weird beef between y'all. But then you saw how Smack and T-Rel were pissed off about the beef going away within a couple of days because to them, this is like a lifeline. They had like twice as many live viewers or whatever on Friday as they would normally have, I believe, as a result of the fact that they had something to talk about.
Smacky said he still need that apology. He said it's like it's not squashed with him.
Making it all about himself.
He said, you know what's, I'll be honest, I don't think that AD even did mean it in a bad way when he said the bodyguards get shot out here too. I don't think he meant that in a threatening way.
He was saying it in the sense of like,
made that in a threatening way.
but he was saying it in the sense of like, you still want to be able to move around freely out here, Aiden Ross. I know you're going to have your security with you, etc., but don't take things to the extent where people are going to really want to kill you, because the truth is that security guards can get popped. What I will say about that, 6ix9ine was a million times more offensive than Aiden Ross has been, and we all saw the visual of 6ix9ine walking down Melrose with 8 fucking security guards all around him, and nothing really happened to him besides what, like Slim 400 yelling at him at the Complex Con thing. I mean, that was like the extent of crazy shit that happened to him while he was out here.
Well, I'm just glad that we didn't.
I thought he got into a fight at the airport or something.
That was very early on before I think he realized that he needed to be moving around the right way.
Yeah, that was the very end, I think, like when he was about to dip, right?
No, I think that was the beginning, if I recall. Those were great times in the hip-hop media. There's so much to talk about during that era. Yeah.
Very fun. Very fun. I don't think that he meant it, though, in a threatening way, like, hey, your bodyguard will get chipped if you come out here. But thank God him and FaZe Banks didn't have to, as Banks said, walk down Melrose butt naked. So I'm glad we avoided that happening. That was my biggest concern.
I don't think any real gangsters who are down to crash out were really all too upset about the Aiden Ross situation. I think it was just streamers trying to hype it up and make it sound like it's crazy.
What was the situation altogether again?
It's because of top 5.
The order of events is kind of crazy. Yeah, it started with top 5, basically saying that, top 5 said that him and Drake were going to go and watch the Not Like Us video and take notes about every single person in the video. Now, having spoken to top 5 at length throughout all this, it's pretty clear to me that he's just saying whatever, and it's not like Drake
is get back in the media.
Yeah, I mean, Drake is not
backing
on the hook for all the shit that top 5 is talking about. And so when he said that, all these streamers, basically AD, Smack, and T-Rel, they all threw their 2 cents in there and got it all hyped up.
Oh, because they was in the video.
Well, T-Rel and Smack were, yeah.
And I think also what's funny is this full top 5. You know, obviously that's like Drake's, somebody that's affiliated with Drake's, but the way the media frames it is Drake's shooter is threatening.
Everybody's so happy to be like Kendrick's goons, like everybody from LA, when they say something about that beef and it gets clipped and it gets put on Twitter or whatever, it's Kendrick's goons say that any friend of Drake will die in the streets. And it's like, I've never seen so many grown men fucking giddy to be considered Kendrick's goons.
And Aiden jumped in where? That's what I didn't understand.
Because he's
like,
homies with Top 5.
He was talking to him on stream. Yeah.
I'm homies with, I mean, everybody's homies with Top 5.
Yeah,
right?
He talks to everybody. It's hard not to be homies with him. He's FaceTimed me like 10 times over the last couple of days. Yeah.
Top 5 interview coming.
He seemed kind of annoyed that me and like on Sunday, I was at the zoo all day, and Wack, I think, was at like a funeral of somebody from his girl's family or somebody she knew died. So he was at the funeral. And Top 5 seemed like he was having a very hard time processing the fact that me and Wack both didn't want to get on Instagram Live because we had shit going on, which it was just hard for him to process that could possibly be where our heads were at on a Sunday afternoon.
Yeah.
Shout out to Top 5. We're going to make it happen. Yeah. But I had different shit going on at that moment.
Wack posted the text.
And then Wack, him and Wack are fully into it. Who knows what's going to happen with that? Is this okay?
This is bad.
I thought for sure it was in the top 5. Yeah, this is bad.
This is bad.
Shout out to Flacco. Yeah, man. I don't know.
Yeah, ultimately, I'm glad that the piece was averted from the Figmunity world's beef with Aiden Ross, one of the most treacherous.
That's why I put my story what I put in my story about like Aiden being cool. Like, bro, I don't see what the problem is. Like, y'all getting on Aiden because of Top 5. Like, I know he probably had his 2 cents to say, but I was like, come on, bro. You know the kids, they whatever on that damn stream, bro.
I knew it was going to get squashed a while ago as soon as I seen them on stream and Aiden's talking to his manager who like apparently is homies with AD.
Tav.
Yeah. So he's like, yeah, that's my friend. He didn't even mean it like that. So as soon as I saw that, I was like, okay, this is nothing.
But really what was going to happen regardless, because I'm going to be real with you. There's only so many gang members who are down to really truly crash out about shit. And historically, how many times can you think of in which a member of the media, a streamer, etc., has been murdered for some shit that they said about somebody who's in the streets on a stream? Never mind murdered, maybe just like terrorized. It doesn't really happen. Let's be real. The dudes who are crashing out are the dudes who got problems with other dudes on the other side of town who killed his homie, etc. There's not too many people who are really invested in making sure that Aiden Ross feels unsafe.
I mean, the only person I can even think of from the media that got killed to RIP was Zach.
Yeah, and it's just he was just wrong place, wrong time.
Yeah,
he was in the way.
Exact fluke situation.
Yeah.